Hello guys, welcome back to NFT Inspo. For today's video, we are going to show you how to fix slow Squarespace website. So if you're interested, let's start the tutorial. So there's a few things that you need to check and change on your website for you to have a faster Squarespace website. So first thing you need to check here is your internet connection. So sometimes if your internet connection is not fast enough, or if you're having issues with your internet, then most probably that is the cause why your internet or why your website is actually pretty slow. So in this case, what you need to do, you might want to basically wait for it to fix itself, or wait for it or change to another internet connection and see if that solves your issue. But in this case, if you've checked your internet, it's actually running smoothly, then the next thing you want to check here is going to be the Squarespace current status. Now sometimes if there are any problems on Squarespace, then most probably you will also have problems on your website. Now in this case, I would suggest you to visit the following website, which is going to be status.squarespace.com, and from here see if there are any issues for that specific date. Like for example, right now on December 7, there are no downtime recorded on this day. So if you see a red section here, it means there's going to be, or there was, an outage or any problem on their server. Another thing that you should be checking here is your current browser. Now sometimes if you're not using a supported browser for Squarespace, then you will have problems on accessing the website itself, or when you're editing your website. So currently Squarespace is supported by Chrome, Safari, and Firefox. So in this case, you might want to consider using those browsers whenever you're editing your website or visiting your website. Another thing that you could do here is you want to minimize the usage of photos on your website, because having multiple photos in your website would actually slow down your website. Now in this case, if you have a lot of photos here and you can't, or you aren't able to avoid using photos, then in this case I would actually suggest you to compress those photos, especially if you're using high quality photos in 4K or in other formats. But in this case, I just want to make sure that you compress those photos. Like for example, you have a 100 MB photo, so make sure that you compress those images so that will not actually slow down your website. Especially if you have like thousands of photos on your website, it's really great, or it's something that you would actually consider, is to compress your photos or replace those photos with a smaller or a optimized version. And the last step that we could do or give you here is to remove custom code. So sometimes if your code is not optimized and suddenly your website got actually really slow, then in this case you might want to consider removing those code, or basically updating your code in a way that would actually not affect your website. Now in this case, if you are not using those custom codes as of this moment, then I would suggest you to try removing them, because sometimes custom code would actually slow down your website. But that's about it. So hopefully this video was able to help you. Like and subscribe to NFT Inspo. Thank you for watching.